Hey guys, we're going to be reading the story The Lion Inside by Rachel Bright. And if you like to read the Love Monster stories, this is actually the same author as the Love Monster books. The Lion Inside. In a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkled gold stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever at all. And he's going, ow, ouch. He got stepped on and sat on. He missed out on stuff, ignored and forgotten. His mouth's life was tough. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rock, times were quite different. It was Lion O'Clock. His huge, toothy creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and proud. He loved flexing his biceps and wowing the crowd. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty King Cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then, late one dark night, in his tiny mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He leaped up in the darkness and held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. Roar. I mean, what if this mouse, with the weeniest squeak, were a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn how to roar, and I will learn it now. But it wouldn't be easy. There was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. And so he's thinking, the lion could help teach me how to roar, but he might eat me. So he's trying to decide what to do. It was time to be strong. Take a chance. After all, forever was such a long time to feel small. So he made himself brave, and he thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. He felt like the scariest thing he could do, but if you want things to change, you first have to change you. The farther he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Then at last, as he stood on his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak. Mr. Lion, what I've come to you for is, Squeak, do you think you could teach me your roar? A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time went so slowly, it felt like a week. He opened his mouth and let out an... What do you think he's going to do? Eek! So was that lion going to eat him? He looks scared, doesn't he? The lion curled up in a terrified ball. He didn't like this, not one bit at all. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Well, this great, mighty lion was frightened of mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm here as a friend. Let's hang out together, be pals to the end. That was a magical moment for sure, when the mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out, and for that you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. Both liked that rock better, now that rock was to share. The mouse, while still little, felt big in his head. And Lion, he still roared, but with laughter instead. Ha 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 ha. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. All right, and what I want you to do after listening to this story, The Lion Inside, did you notice that there was a lot of rhyming words in this story? So what I want you to do now is get a sheet of paper out, and on your paper, I want you to start making a list of all the rhyming words that are in this story. And so what you can do is go back and play the video again, and as you're watching it this time, anytime you hear some rhyming words, I want you to pause the video so that you can write them down. And I want to see how many of the rhyming words you can find. So let me go back and do one as an example. So I'm going to read this page to you, and I want you to listen in for some rhymes, okay? That was a magical moment for sure, when the mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out. And for that, you don't need to roar or to shout. Did you hear some rhyming words in that page? I heard the words out and shout. So you can put those two as the first rhymes on your paper, okay? And then I want you to go back through and see if you can find all of the rhymes. Okay, I'm interested to see if you can find them all. All right, thanks for listening to The Lion Inside, and I will read with you again next time.